race day. Back on the water after some delays due to COVID-19. But lovely to have you all with us today as we head back into races 5 and 6 of the PRADA Cup. This is Nick Douglas. Lovely to have you all with us. My goodness, I feel like the world got turned upside down over the past few days as we were all watching and waiting to see when we would next have racing effectively. It's been incredibly tough to follow what has been happening, but we're back today and we're ready for some racing action. And who better to dial in than our amazing sailor girl on the ground in Auckland, Tor. Welcome. Good morning.
Good morning. It feels like it's been ages, but it's been a week.
About a week, yes. So great to have you with us, and it's good afternoon for you because it's 12:30.
It is.
Over your shoulder, it looks like we can see INEOS is in the water there.
Yes, they've just gone in the water. They just had someone up the rig, getting ready to go racing. The village is closed today, but it's a public place, so it's still open. As you can see, there's still people around, but the stage isn't open, and the different entertainment and the simulator and things are all closed. So it's a bit different, bit of a different vibe today.
Yeah, very different vibe. Every day that I've seen you in the village so far, there's just been people, and I know that walk behind you has just been completely chockers, in my best Australian, with people enjoying the America's Cup and the racing. But we can all do that from home together now.
Yes, we have to watch it from home now too, unfortunately.
Yeah, exactly. So we're all in the same boat, even if you're in Auckland. But we've got some people that are watching, and hello to everybody who is watching. They're asking about the weather tour. What does it look like in the village this morning?
So in the village, it's a beautiful day. It's very sunny. My windometer, my hair is not working because I'm standing behind the Kiwi base at the moment, and it's blocking out the wind. But for later on, it looks like there's going to be a decent breeze. Just depends on the models look kind of different. There's one that's saying a bit more northeast, one a bit southwest. So yeah. I guess it's whichever wins and if the sea breeze gets in. I'm hoping we should end up with a quite strong southwesterly breeze.
Sure, yeah, and while you're saying that, what I might do actually is bring up the forecast onto the screen, which is good to have a little bit of a look at. You can see here the models at 4 o'clock local time are quite conflicting. So this first PWG model, it has the sou'wester already being in, whereas the PWE model thinks that northerly will still be there. So if we move across to 4:30, you can see it's starting to move there on the PWE model. As we go into 6 o'clock, it's a lot weaker on that PWE model, with that northerly stream not actually getting in. So a very tricky day potentially. So this is about, I'll go back to you now. This is you now. So quite light, but from the southwest. And then we'll just have to wait and see what happens out on course E that you can see there, everybody, on this Predict Wind model tour.
Yes, hopefully it'll fill in and we'll have a nice strong breeze out over on course E. We're back out to the back paddock. It's happened twice in a week now.
Yeah.
Let's hope it's a better day in the back paddock for INEOS than it was last time, so we get some interesting racing.
That would
not
be
that it
good.
wasn't interesting.
Well,
Actually, it was light in the back paddock last weekend, wasn't it? It was Saturday.
Yeah.
We were out there, and it was light, and it wasn't much fun, unless you're Italian.
Indeed. It was still really great racing to watch. I can see some policemen just walking behind you there, Tor, obviously trying to make sure that there's not too many people in the village as well. But what has the vibe been like in Auckland? Because on social media and online, there's been two very different opposing forces, effectively. I mean, what's it felt like in New Zealand with everything that's been going on over the past few days?
So it was very weird. Racing finished on Sunday. I got home and I got a message saying we're going into lockdown, and I hadn't been on the news, like hadn't looked at the news that day because we've been watching the racing and things, and apparently they mentioned there was going to be a press conference that night. And anyway, all of a sudden, I mean, hats off to Jacinda and the New Zealand government. You know, they to get it under wraps. They had 3 cases that they didn't know if it was going to be in the community or not, so they locked us down for 3 days. Which, after having been so free for so long, was a bit of a weird one. Personally, I really don't want to rub it in anyone's faces, but it was raining and it was quite nice to have a couple of days to chill. Tom managed to work from home. He's worked every day for the past, for the whole year basically so far. So for me, it was a bit of chill time, bit of downtime, and realizing that we aren't safe here, and any day the coronavirus could get in and shut it all down. So I think it made us definitely remind us how lucky we are here, and not taking for granted the freedom that we have here, for sure. So cup-wise, though, of course, straight off on Monday, we knew Wednesday wasn't going to be a thing because it was a full lockdown. And then, you probably will have seen all the politics. I think that the politics have been swung a little bit to make Italy look worse than they are, and I think that Italy were just reminding people, we do have some rules here. This regatta has already started. If we don't do these races, this could happen. And actually, it could have been worse. They could have not said anything, and they could have turned around on Wednesday if they hadn't gone ahead with racing and said, "Oh, look, we win." Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, I can totally understand both sides of the page. I understand that New Zealand are keeping the country safe, that it's an honour that we're all here and this cup's managing to go ahead. But as a sailor and knowing how regattas work, if you were winning a week-long regatta on the Wednesday and then something happened and the regatta couldn't finish, you win, right? That's what happens.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm with you. I'm completely with you. And I went live on Thursday just to bring everybody up to speed that we were having racing today, and I can completely I can be in the middle. I mean, I can completely see both sides because New Zealand has done a spectacular job, but we are there to race. So they've gotten over that hurdle of working it out, and so today we will see racing, and it will be very safe. So it's going to be tricky for the race management team to make sure they keep everybody safe socially and to try and get some racing happening given the forecast. So it'll be interesting. Yeah,
definitely.
Indeed.
I think they've done everything they can at the moment. They've said that they're not racing on courses where people can congregate on the land. They've not got the screens showing anything here. They don't have their dock out show. So yeah, they're not getting people together on the land, and then on the water, there's the teams have been in bubbles since Monday anyway. They enforced that the second the rules came in on Sunday evening, and then it's just the race management team, but they've got rules in place with masks and numbers of people on boats and things. So yeah, I think COVID-wise, hopefully we're totally safe. I think there's 5 cases now, and they've got them all in quarantine. So it is just a matter of just in case, basically.
Indeed. And that is a beautiful scene behind you there, Tor. Speaking of Auckland and how beautiful it is, the America's Cup sign, the tower. We're ready to go for a beautiful day of racing. Fingers crossed.
Yes. So I've heard already that there's some potential delays on the go. Oh, Luna Rossa are heading out. Oh, sorry, I just missed that. I can see them. Okay. Anyway, you might see a mast if I turn around somewhere.
There it is. We can see it.
Yeah. Yay! There's no crowds cheering them off. No one down at the base. They're all
That's
taking
probably
it
why you missed it.
Very. Yeah. Oh, sorry. No, I didn't miss it. That's the Kiwis going out.
Oh, wow.
Yes, that's the Kiwis going out, not Luna Rossa.
Fantastic.
I can see Luna Rossa still on the dock. sorry, what was I saying? I got excited when I saw a mast moving.
No, that's okay. We love it. We love it. We're living with you. It's all good. But speaking of the Kiwis, I have a question here, which is, what did Emirates Team New Zealand say to all of the politics that have happened in the past few days? Well, I think a lot of people don't understand that the ACE is effectively Emirates Team New Zealand as the defender. So just to make that clear, it's sort of the same and sort of different. It's the Royal New Zealand Yacht Squadron and Emirates Team New Zealand as the defender. That is the voice of the Kiwis, so to speak, but they've now come to an agreement with Luna Rossa PRADA Pirelli, who are the challenger of record. So you have those two organisations that work together to put on the cup, as we see it effectively is how it goes. So it's the way the cup works.
It is. It is. Oh, so I was saying about possible postponements because of that,
Yes.
the wind shift that's going to happen. Hopefully they will wait for that and wait for a solid breeze before they start any racing, because we don't like to see 180s, do we?
No, we don't. This is now at 3 o'clock. It's looking a little bit better. We just got the latest forecast, so hopefully it will actually sit in that southwesterly quadrant. So it's looking a little bit dodgy though at 5 and 6 o'clock. So we'll have to see what happens, I guess, Tor, but at least they're getting out on the water.
Yes. What Saturday today? Well, definitely racing today and tomorrow. Maybe Monday, Tuesday. We'll see. We'll know after today, won't we?
Indeed. And up to Wednesday they can race, but only one race allowed on Wednesday, I think, is the way that it works.
Okay.
So, I know. So we'll see how we go. So, Tor, where are you going to watch the racing today? Because I know you've been watching on the big screen in the village.
Yep. So we're not allowed down to the base today because of COVID and things. So we won't be cheering them off the dock. So it's going to be a very different day for the sailors. Not a normal race day. They don't have 150 people cheering them off the dock, and maybe it'll be a good thing. Get themselves in their zone. So I think we're going to go and cheer them off the pier, and then we're going to watch it at one of our friends' house who lives at Prince's Wharf, which is just over my shoulder here.
Yay!
So a good view of watching the boats go out, and nice little balconies. We'll see them come back in as well. So they're all the way out at Wahiki, so there's nowhere you could really go out on the water unless you're going out on a yacht. But personally, I don't think it's the course is so big, it's hard to really know what's going on a yacht without a TV on and some coverage. So you need a big fancy one with a commentary on. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's fantastic, Tor, and just so that everybody knows, we will be live during racing, but on our social media platforms, so you can keep posted on our Facebook page, which is Adventures of a Sailor Girl right here, or to those on YouTube, at Sailor Girl HQ, on Instagram. I live tweet as well at Sailor Girl HQ, or a big shout out to everybody that is on YouTube watching today at Sailor Girl HQ is where it's at. And I'm also live on the Clubhouse app now as well, actually commentating racing during the racing with a great team, and a shout out to Marco and Brooks, who I'll be doing that with. If you're on Clubhouse and you want to tune in for some alternate commentary, you're very welcome to join us, basically chatting about it and having a bit of a watch party, which is really fun and free. So you're welcome to join us. Tor, thank you so much for tuning in and keeping us posted on everything that's happening in the village.
That's okay. It's a pleasure.
It is a pleasure to have you, my dear. So other things.
Yes.
Your uniform.
I was gonna. Yeah. Oh, it's changed.
Yeah.
Do you like it? I've got a snapback on today. I'm feeling kind of G.
Yeah, getting down with it.
Yeah. This one's for the cool kids.
That's for the cool kids.
I was going to say that being on with you has calmed my nerves a little bit. I had a bit of a funny tummy this morning.
Yeah, it must be so hard, and that's actually a really good point. I mean, how many team members are involved with INEOS and Luna Rossa PRADA Pirelli? Like, actual
I mean,
teams?
well, I can say for us, there's about 125 people working for the team, and then um, almost everyone has family out with them. So altogether, I reckon there's about 300 people out here. So yeah, it's a little bit different watching when your other half's job's on the line, career, depending on how it's going. You know, it's you're a bit more invested.
Yeah.
And it will be the same for the Luna Rossa guys. There's 300 or so of them. Actually, there might even be more.
Yeah.
I actually heard some great facts this week. They shipped over a ton of Parma ham
Oh,
and uh, about the equivalent of Parmesan cheese as well.
far out. We've got to keep
And
eating like
I can
Italians.
vouch. I can vouch, having spent 2 months in Sardinia earlier in the year. Their parmesan here is not good, and the Italian stuff costs about £500. So they just
Import
brought their
duty.
own.
Yeah, perfect.
Exactly.
Yeah, but for all those that are in Auckland, again, well done for everything that has been done to keep COVID under control and getting through this little phase of the pandemic as well. And my love to all those who are involved with the team behind the scenes, like yourself, Tor, with all of the teams, because it's an incredibly massive contingent of people and resources that are involved with each and every one of these teams. So yeah,
Crazy.
maybe
Yeah.
consider that when everybody's commenting online as well, because it got a bit fierce in the past few days. There's a lot of people.
It did.
Yeah, there's a lot of people involved. So on that note, I think we should play the PRADA Cup pump up clip to get us all excited.
Yep.
And then we will get you out there on the racetrack. What do you think? Well,
Woo-hoo.
in the lounge room. Here we go. Everyone, we're getting pumped up. Here we go. There we go. Let's get out on the racetrack. Tor, awesome to see you. Lots of people saying hello to you in the comments, and thanks to everybody for their thanks to us for covering this as well. So it's a pleasure to work with
Hi.
Tor.
Everyone's saying hi, and hi, Mum.
Yes, hi Tor's mum. I love that she's watching the show. That's fantastic. And hi to my family in the backyard as well. I kick them out of the house while I go live. It's hilarious.
Amazing.
Awesome. We'll see you later, Tor. Enjoy the racing, everybody.
Enjoy the racing.
Indeed. And I'll see you afterwards for a wrap up as well of what we saw go down. Cheers, everybody.